in the deepest heart of Africa, there exists a world forgotten by time. The Congo Rainforest, a land spanning more than 1.4 million square miles, of which humans have explored less than 1%. Here, local tribes tell stories of mysterious lights in the night, giant apes standing over 10 feet tall, and even a creature believed to be the last surviving dinosaur on Earth. An expedition once vanished here. The only thing they left behind was a roll of videotape that was immediately confiscated by the government upon discovery. What is the Congo hiding that makes the entire world afraid? But to understand the monsters of this jungle, we first have to understand the terrifying scale of the labyrinth they hide in, a place where getting lost means guaranteed death. Concealed beneath an eternal blanket of clouds and winding rivers lies a primeval realm completely untouched by modern civilization. This immense jungle stretches across 6 nations: the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Republic of the Congo, Cameroon, the Central African Republic, Gabon, and Equatorial Guinea. Ranking as the second largest tropical rainforest on Earth after the Amazon, it remains undisputed as the wildest and most enigmatic region on the planet. Beneath its multi-layered canopy, daylight rarely reaches the forest floor. Everything is cloaked in deep shades of emerald, thick moss, and heavy mist. The endless rhythm of falling rain blends with distant tribal drums and the songs of thousands of birds, weaving a living symphony that never falls silent. Scientists estimate that if you were to step off the known paths here, you would be standing on soil that hasn't seen a single ray of sunlight in over 10,000 years. And it is in this perpetual darkness that evolution took a very strange turn. The Congo is one of our planet's greatest biological sanctuaries, harboring over 10,000 species of plants, nearly a third of which are endemic, existing nowhere else. Over 400 mammal species call this wilderness home, from the elusive African forest elephant and the mighty silverback gorilla to black leopards, apex crocodiles, and countless unnamed reptiles. On a microscopic scale, millions of insect species thrive within the decaying soil, forming a miniature universe where every organism sustains the forest's heartbeat. Among these shadows hide giants we think we know. But the creatures here behave less like animals and shockingly more like us. The silverback gorilla stands as the ultimate icon of this jungle. As the largest living primates, males can reach 6 feet in height and weigh over 440 pounds. Despite their colossal strength, silverbacks are remarkably gentle, intelligent, and peaceful. The dominant leader guides his troop through subtle gestures and vocalizations, rarely resorting to conflict. Communicating via more than 20 distinct sounds, they express complex emotions, warn of danger, or comfort their young. In the isolation of the jungle, they exhibit deeply human-like traits, caring for their families and mourning their dead. Today, however, logging and poaching threaten their very survival. But the gorillas aren't the only giants hiding in the dense brush. Deep in the zones where no human eye can see, a smaller, far more aggressive engineer is reshaping the entire landscape. Unlike their larger savanna cousins, the African forest elephants are smaller, far more cunning, and masterfully elusive. They navigate the darkest, densest sectors of the rainforest. Their tusks are straighter and more slender, allowing them to maneuver effortlessly between tightly packed trees. Biologists call them the engineers of the ecosystem. By uprooting trees, clearing paths, and dispersing seeds, they single-handedly regenerate the forest. Each herd, led by a matriarch with an incredible decades-long memory, moves like a shadow through the brush. Yet those same ivory tusks make them prime targets for brutal poaching networks. In a forest this dense, you are rarely the hunter. Most of the time, you are the prey. And the ultimate predator here doesn't even leave a footprint. Few have ever looked into the eyes of the Congo's black panther, a legendary predator the locals call the spirit of the night. Scientifically, it is a leopard carrying a rare melanistic mutation, giving its coat a jet-black sheen that blends perfectly into the shadows. Moving like a ghost under the canopy, it is virtually invisible. It can leap over 20 feet and scale trees in seconds, ambushing prey from above with lethal precision. Local folklore dictates that this phantom only appears when the balance of nature is under dire threat. But while the canopy belongs to the phantom, the black, muddy waters below belong to a creature that science confirms has stopped evolving entirely. Beneath the muddy waters of the river system lurks the Congo crocodile, an apex predator that feels like a relic from the Jurassic era. Reaching around 5 to 6.5 feet in length, it is smaller than the Nile crocodile, but fiercely territorial and incredibly fast. At night, its eyes reflect a chilling crimson glow in the dark. Recent genetic studies suggest this creature belongs to an entirely separate, ancient evolutionary branch that has remained unaltered for millions of years. On a smaller scale lives the Congo rain frog. Sporting glossy dark skin, it produces resonant calls that echo for hundreds of yards. Fascinatingly, this amphibian possesses reflective skin cells that emit a soft bioluminescent glow under the moonlight, a trait almost unheard of in land-dwelling frogs, helping them navigate the leaf litter while keeping insect populations in check. Every creature we've mentioned so far is recognized by science. But what about the ones that aren't supposed to exist? The ones that force the military to seal off entire sectors of the swamp. While the Congo appears to be a majestic paradise, it conceals a darker, uncharted side spoken of only in hushed whispers. Deep within the vast Likwala swamps, where the air is thick with fog, tribes speak of Mokolembembe in the Lingala language. The name translates to the one who stops the flow of the river. Legends say that when this beast surfaces, waves ripple outward like an earthquake. For generations, fishermen and hunters have described a creature with the elongated neck of a serpent, the massive torso of an elephant, and a heavy, muscular tail. While generally peaceful, it is said to aggressively capsize any human vessel that invades its territory. Most people dismiss this as a myth, but in 1980, an elite team of scientists captured something on an underwater hydrophone that changed the debate forever. In 1913, German explorer Carl Hagenbeck sparked global fascination by proposing that a prehistoric sauropod might have survived in these isolated wetlands. Over the decades, international expeditions equipped with sonar, cameras, and helicopters have braved the swamps. They returned not with definitive proof, but with massive three-toed footprints, blurred photographs, and eerie low-frequency acoustic recordings. In 1980, an American expedition captured a unique 10-second underwater audio file. Acoustic experts confirmed the low-frequency rumble matched no known mammal, reptile, or elephant on Earth. Some researchers suspect Mokele Bembe is an ancient, semi-aquatic reptile that found refuge in the Congo's stable, isolated ecosystem, a prehistoric oasis untouched by the ice ages. If a giant dinosaur isn't enough to scare you, the Congo has another way of breaking your reality. It is a place where modern physics and technology simply cease to function. When night falls, the darkness becomes impenetrable. Yet witnesses frequently report drifting, pale blue and violet lights hovering near the forest floor. Western science initially dismissed these as fireflies, but local trackers insist these coordinate ribbons of light are far too large. While certain fungi like Mycena chlorophyos illuminate the damp wood with a soft green glow, the large moving light anomalies remain unexplained. A Japanese expedition near Lake Tele recorded these phantom lights rising directly from the water. Thermal sensors indicated that the water temperature in that exact spot spiked by 7 degrees Fahrenheit despite a total absence of volcanic activity. And it gets worse. If you fly a drone or carry a GPS into these specific coordinates, something terrifying happens to your equipment. Furthermore, the jungle contains notorious dead zones where modern technology fails entirely. Expeditions report that GPS units lose signal, satellite phones die, compasses spin out of control, and heavy-duty batteries drain in minutes. Local tribes consider these areas strictly forbidden, sacred boundaries designed by the Earth to keep outsiders away. All of these anomalies lead to one final mind-bending theory held by top geologists. What if the Congo isn't just a collection of trees and animals, but one single colossal living organism? The Congo doesn't just contain life, it behaves like a singular living organism. In 2006, climate satellites observed that the forest's carbon absorption and humidity levels fluctuate in a synchronized loop, mirroring the inhalation and exhalation of a colossal beast. Geologists have also detected steady, rhythmic seismic tremors beneath the soil that are entirely unrelated to tectonic plates. But the ultimate proof of this hidden world was found 2.5 miles beneath the mud, a discovery so massive it maps an entirely separate, upside-down reality. In 2011, scientists confirmed the existence of a massive subterranean river flowing nearly 2.5 miles beneath the surface, stretching for roughly 700 miles, nearly double the length of the River Thames in England. This dark, methane-rich waterway flows in the exact opposite direction of the surface river. It remains completely unexplored, a subterranean vault that could harbor prehistoric microbial life. Deep within the Congo rainforest, reality and myth dissolve into one. It is a primeval world where the earth still whispers secrets far beyond human comprehension. Perhaps not every mystery is meant to be solved by science, perhaps some are simply meant to be feared and respected. Because within the rhythmic breath of the soil and the haunting voice of the wind, the ancient Congo still lives, waiting for those brave enough to enter and wise enough to listen.